Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Dices, and we're here to talk about, yes, sadly, that Nintendo NX leaked controller that is not leaked, it's fake, and we'll explain why. Now, it was reported by Destructoid, or based off the name Android, I guess, their name. And basically, it's this sort of oval sort of shape controller. You've seen it in the thumbnail, and it came from the Reddit user. I believe it was idris2dev, who is a game dev that I have noted that I saw on his account. The controller itself has an analog roll, which is a mouse things on your computer mouse, haptic buttons, joystick force feedback, and that's about it, really, in sort of buttons that are really based on the screen. Now, got a few things on this mic, don't we? Sorry about that. Now, now other information about it. It looks like a smaller version of the Wii U gamepad, like it's anorexic. Now, there's a few things I don't like about it, and it is fake. Now everyone reported on this thing without really doing much research or understanding and things like that, and that's very disappointing. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon. The guys started talking about it. There's like 3,000 replies to this thing now. So the only thing that I could see this controller be used as is some sort of additional controller used for the home console in order to play your mobile phone game saves or something like that. But I'm not really seeing a huge use for something like this. It's not being illustrated to me. Now, the look of it isn't great. It should have buttons, and I think Nintendo is a video game company that would never do something like that. Do a radical change where they get rid of all the buttons. Heck, even the Wii remote had functioning buttons and it worked and it did alright. It had the nunchuck and also had the classic controller as an additional thing. Now, the cost of this to make something like this with a technology like this would probably be high. And that's another issue too that people have not thought about. It will just end up being another gamepad. It's going to cost a lot of money. Now, with patents, what people don't understand is what you see in a patent design, the little images that you see, are not the final versions. Those illustrations are really to give people an idea of what that invention or technology is. It doesn't mean that the shape of that controller is going to be the final version. It could be completely something different. For example, there was a patent for the mouse scrolling thing with a little console thing. Now, the final version could be a much bigger one or a smaller one or shaped like a, Batman sort of logo. So really, those illustrations are just mock-ups to say, well, this is what the invention does, and this is how you do it, and this is how you use it, and these are all the parts that we use, and this is what we've done. So really, and normally, I don't think we've ever seen a patent illustration end up being the final version. So I think that's where people are really falling down on that part. And I think that's the sad thing about it, is that people are believing once again more rumors and sort of rubbish that it is. And I think that is really part of the main reason that it's been reported by this guy. Apparently he's a game dev that saw some sort of office thing. He covered something up that might have said Nintendo or not. The image does look kind of good, but there's just not enough background information about it. It's not been verified, such as a previous rumor that we talked about with Super Metal Dave 64, and there's just so many blanks in this, it makes it fake. So, and it doesn't mean that if someone can make up a physical version of a patent, doesn't mean that it's real. So I think people need to stop getting excited about this and put it in the fake area. So that is what I have got to say. And it's not real. Calm down. And there's just too many holes in it, guys. That's the problem. And I don't think they're willing to make a controller that different once again. They got burnt with the gamepad. And if they do something like that again, I think there are smart enough people at Nintendo to know that this idea will not fly. And that is all I've got to say on the matter. And I'll see you later on.